And so what to make of all of this, and what will the future look like in terms of cyber war? Craig Wright joins us from Sydney, Australia. He's a researcher at Charles Sturt University and an expert on how governments can collaborate to secure cyber systems. Charles, thanks for joining us. In a nutshell, the 45-second answer here, how can governments better collaborate to secure cyber systems, especially when it's the governments that sometimes attack each other?
Well, the first thing they've got to consider is it's really an economic attack. When we're looking at most cyber war type situations, it's really cyber espionage. It's not cyber war per se. There are individual engagements, and it's really coming down to sharing information so that we're not spending the same amounts of money on similar things. There are a lot of easy attacks out there, and there are a lot of easy defenses, but many people don't do them. Now, our problem is that we're talking infrastructure that is in corporate and private hands, and at the end of the day, making corporations protect their networks better isn't something that you can easily do. It has to come down to an economic benefit. And
we heard a few minutes ago that when it comes to the United States and China, accusations have been flying from both sides. The U.S. charged 5 Chinese military officers for allegedly hacking U.S. companies. I want you to listen to how the Chinese Foreign Ministry responded and get your response on the other side.
The Chinese government and army have never engaged in cyber spying. The United States' fabrication of the story and obstinate charges against the 5 military officers have seriously violated the norms governing international relations.
The U.S. has accused China of intellectual property theft, while China accuses the U.S. of state security threats. So what's the difference?
At the end of the day, what you find is that China is really a smaller nation in economic terms. It's trying to grow, and it's trying to gain the position that the US has. It wants to get that innovation, and a simple way of doing that is to actually copy what other people are doing. Now, in the past, that's been something that the American government did 100 years ago against Britain, that the Japanese government did, etc. Now, these are all ways of helping your own nation's companies, and it's nothing new. In this instance, of course, the Chinese are going to deny it, but many times it's not even officially sanctioned. These are things that are under the radar, that are paid for, but are overlooked. In the case of China, there are a lot of people hired by the PLA, the People's Liberation Army over there, that are engaged as defenders, protectors, and people to break in and test networks that are part-time. They are able to do this for the government, get paid, and then go out and also break in and steal network secrets, and then even sell them back to the Chinese government, so that they have some level of plausible deniability. At the end of the day, this is nothing that we're going to see go away, because, quite frankly, as we have more and more innovation coming over time, people are going to want to grow and expand into these new areas of growth. And it's just, once again, an economic effect.
Charles, we heard Nathan's story about the Stuxnet virus, one that has proven to be a tremendous setback for Iran's nuclear program, and it worked by exploiting the software that Iran used. Will this just keep happening as Iran installs new software?
It will happen everywhere, really. At the end of the day, any SCADA system that we find is vulnerable. We find most of the systems out there are quite old. We have a difference in how we do engineering versus computer systems. And in many cases, we still find SCADA systems, which are supervisory control and access systems, ones that run the water, the power, all of these things, running on old systems, things like Windows XP even, that haven't been patched in years, because people are afraid if they patch them that they're going to actually cause more problems. So rather than fixing a system, we actually have it at times left vulnerable. So because these are left vulnerable, they're open for people to attack.
All right. Craig Wright from Charles Sturt University, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you.